Tank wasn't really trying to get you all.
You were up there. Tell me from your perspective, what happened up there?
No, it wasn't disrespectful. I told him don't break.
Was 3 minutes.
No, because Pitt wasn't breaking, so I told Tank don't break. That's how I did that. I ain't break. And the guy kept telling Tank, you tell him to stop. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to break it, break them both up.
Like, I don't even talk about, I caught him in the sparring match and almost knocked him out. Like, Adrian jumped in the ring and like, no, it's over. Yeah. And everybody was just about to fight.
How Tank go in there, you ask him about me and him sparring, he'll tell you that I'm trash, I'm a bum, I'm not good. But then you'll pull up videos of this telling y'all like, I was learning from Shakur.
Calvin Ford has now shared his version of events from the sparring session between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson. On the other side, Stevenson saw that moment very differently. To him, it wasn't just another round in the gym. It was an opportunity to prove a point and reveal what he believed was being misrepresented.
And you know, in sparring, the cameras aren't supposed to be out. It's like to iron sharpen iron.
Yeah, but you know, be lying. Like, a lot of these ain't like me. I'm a real like, I'm one of them that's like, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I ain't gonna go in there and say that's like, I don't gotta like put on an act or a persona for and like them gotta go out there, and no disrespect to them, but certain gotta go out there and they gotta put up persona and tell you lies or tell you something that's not true. Like how Tank go in there, you ask him about me and him sparring, he'll tell you that I'm trash, I'm a bum, I'm not good. But then you'll pull up videos of this telling y'all like I was learning from Shakur, or I got messages in my phone of this up there. Yo, I want to come to training camp with you, bro, and I want to do a whole training camp with you. Why would you want to do a training camp with me if I'm a bum?
Shakur Stevenson also raised doubts about Gervonta Davis, pointing out a pattern of mentioning elite opponents without taking the next step. He made it clear that he's available whenever needed and urged Davis to make it official rather than keeping it at the level of words.
Saying though, like how many times he got to say he gonna fight an elite fighter and never fight him? He 30 years old now. Like, what we talking about? Like, bro, 30 talking about he gonna fight me. Yo, when you gonna fight me? He say next. Okay, well then do it. I'm right here. All you gotta do is send an offer. Reach out. There's there's nothing stopping it, bro. You the A side. I know. I'm not saying that I'm the A side. You with all the notoriety, all the however it go. I'm right here though. I'm not going nowhere. As soon as you say let's fight, I'm right here. Let's fight. But he'll tell y'all 100 times, oh, I want to fight this person. I'm going to beat you next. I'm going to do this to you and send out threats and all that. But it's like, come on now.
From another perspective, Gervonta Davis's trainer, Kenny Ellis, responded to the criticism by rejecting the idea that Davis has steered clear of elite competition. He explained that several of those matchups fell apart because opponents either changed divisions or chose not to accept significant fight deals.
The fans is unfinished business, but you can't blame Tank because everybody moving up and moved out the weight class, people that you wanted to see him fight, you know what I'm saying? When they was there, they should have made it happen. Tank never ever ducked no smoke. You know, you hear a lot of in the media, he never ducked no smoke. Never. That goes on behind the scenes, the ones that really duck, you know, people got receipts on them ducking, it don't come out though, you know. People have been offered more than enough money that they ever made and still turn the fight down, but they get on this internet and talk like they want to fight them. But that's another whole story behind the scene, you know. Tank never ducked no smoke. So if he stay retired, I support him. If he come back, I support him.
Gervonta Davis also spoke about the possibility of facing Shakur Stevenson, describing it as an evenly matched contest where neither fighter stands out as the definite favorite.
It can get ugly.
This is strictly business.
On both sides. This is a 50-50 fight. So, got to lock all the way in.
Kenny Ellis stated that a bout between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis hasn't materialized because Stevenson is being held back from taking the fight. He also pointed to external involvement, suggesting that Turki Alashik has played a role in keeping the matchup from coming together.
Okay, so if he's successful tonight, Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, they're the champions now at 135 pounds. How do you see those fights playing out? Can we make those fights happen with Tank?
Well, they turkey protected. If they can work out something, then anything's possible. But right now they went and got protective custody, so we don't know what the future holds.
But Shakur was calling out Tank last week when he fought, and he said he wants to make the fight happen. But he knows he's the B side.
He's protected though.
He doesn't have the A side. He admits that Tank is the guy.
And they're not gonna let it, so he gonna tell him that, because he knows Turkey ain't gonna let him do it.
How does that fight play out if they ever do mix it up?
KO.
Same thing, early or later, or
early? KO.
Sharing his perspective on the sparring, Richardson Hitchens said the rounds between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis were closely contested and full of intensity. He pointed out that each fighter connected with solid punches while continually making adjustments throughout the session.
Back and forth. And then him and Shakur, like same shit, like him and Shakur sparred that first time, like he caught Shakur with a good shot. Boom. He didn't hurt Shakur or nothing, but it was like, you could tell like if it was 8 ounce gloves, we don't know how Shakur would have reacted. It was like, because I remember him sparring Shakur, he caught Shakur with like a clean shot. Boom. And Shakur didn't shake up or do nothing, but it was a clean shot. I'm like, you sure you can take another one of that? And Shakur like, what? Like, he took off his shirt and they started bumping like that. Now they going back and forth.
Oh. Hold on, was it sparring? Yeah. Was it competitive, close, all that, Shakur and Tank?
Nah, yeah, it was competitive. Then like the second time, like they sparred, like it was like a chess match. Like now Tank know, like, all right, he's really nice. Like Shakur really nice. Like all that walk down, like I got a box. Like this, like I can't just walk him down. Like he can really fight. So it was like Tank like switched his strategy up and like.
Meanwhile, Gervonta Davis is preparing for his return, showing strong form during training. Reports from camp indicate he's performing at a high level, displaying crisp movement and the same readiness seen in some of his top outings. Terrence Crawford spoke highly of Shakur Stevenson, emphasizing his discipline and dedication to training. He pointed to Stevenson's skill set and mentality as signs that he's built to succeed among the sport's elite.
That's the fight. Everybody want to see that. That's the 50-50, I think, you know what I'm saying? I've been saying 50-50. I told both of them that. That's a toss-up to me. No bias. Don't just say that because it's your man. Who you got winning that?
I got Shakur.
Are you saying that because that's your man and you don't like Tank?
No. Hey, like I said, I respect Tank. Like, boxing, he's one of the ones.
Yeah.
we gonna take his personality and personal things out of it. But boxing, he's definitely talented.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's definitely got that it. And yeah, he's definitely respected in boxing. But Shakur is a different fighter.
Terrence Crawford described Shakur Stevenson as performing at an elite tier, dismissing doubts about his approach and punching ability. He also noted that Gervonta Davis wouldn't encounter the same opportunities he often finds against other fighters.
It's different, you know, people may call him boring, people may say he can't punch, but they say the same thing about Floyd, because they defensive fighters.
Yeah.
Tank is not going to be able to hit Shakur like he hit everybody else, and he know that. He knows that. That's why he's like, he's boring, he's this, he's that. He's trying to diminish everything that Shakur have done, so it's not marketable.
From his perspective, Teddy Atlas considers Gervonta Davis among the few opponents who could present real challenges for Shakur Stevenson. He pointed to Stevenson's quickness, footwork, and accuracy as key advantages, while explaining that Davis possesses the ability to neutralize those qualities. Atlas ultimately described the potential bout as a meaningful examination of Stevenson's approach.
Because Shakur Stevenson is that difficult, because of his style, because of his abilities, because of his eyes, because of his, his legs, and his hand speed, the way that he controls range. Tank Davis is the only guy that I can see that could possibly decipher that style and beat Shakur Stevenson.
Oscar De La Hoya believes that Gervonta Davis has what it takes to break down Shakur Stevenson. He pointed to Davis's relentless pressure and knockout ability as the main factors that could disrupt Stevenson's more defensive approach. He went on to explain the stylistic contrast between the two. According to him, Stevenson tends to fight off the back foot, keeping a tall stance while relying on single or short punch exchanges. Davis, on the other hand, is more aggressive, advances forward more often, and brings significantly heavier power in his shots. Based on that matchup, De La Hoya predicted a stoppage victory for Davis by knockout. In a similar view, Zab Judah showed respect for Gervonta Davis's skill set, especially his smooth movement and balance. He mentioned that Davis appears composed and assured when performing at his peak. Judah also noted that Davis has a strong sense of range and rhythm control, which only amplifies the threat of his punching power.
Do you think Gervonta can catch up with his?
Yeah, Gervonta can catch up with Shakur.
Yeah, man. For real.
No.
It's crazy, dude.
But Tank got
catching up with him at all, man.
But Tank got good feet. He got good feet and good balance. I watch him when he's at his best. He drop down low and be moving. He got good feet and good balance. I'm not gonna let y'all do that. He got He got good feet and good balance.
Get to him more.
And he uses distance very well. He uses distance well.
How y'all like that fight?
Yeah. We just gotta see. That's the mega fight right there, though.
Mega fight.
They need to keep building that. They can make the most money that ever been made.
Meanwhile, Jamal Herring views Shakur Stevenson as being on the same level as Gervonta Davis when it comes to his position in the boxing world. He highlights Stevenson's steady track record, technical ability, and the quality of opposition he has faced as evidence that he belongs among boxing's elite. In his eyes, Stevenson is no longer just an emerging talent, but a fully established contender competing at the highest tier.
You can't be selective, but then say Shakur Stevenson ain't do nothing. That's what I'm just speaking as just a fan. You know what I mean? Like Shakur, the three-time, 3-divisional world champion, unified world champion. So, he's done something, you know what I mean? And he's done something enough to where if the people are bringing him up to you, it's obviously because people want to see the fight. It's not like they bringing up, a nobody. It's like, or somebody coming up in the rankings. And it's like, what have they done? But it's like, this is somebody who, y'all in the same weight class. Y'all both hold, one of the major 4 world titles in the sanctioning body.
Reggie Lloyd also issued a caution to Gervonta Davis, advising him not to underestimate Shakur Stevenson. He emphasized that Stevenson operates on a significantly higher technical level compared to Lamont Roach Jr. Lloyd added that if Davis begins the fight cautiously or concedes the early rounds, Stevenson has the ability to seize control of the pace right away and apply constant pressure.
You have been on the record saying that Shakur Stevenson beats Tank. This is like for years. It's like the last 4 or 5 years. Right. Did that fight against Lamont Roach kind of submit that in your mind? Like, nah. Like, did you see anything? They're like, yo, Shakur definitely, without a doubt, beats him.
Yeah, because Shakur, Lamont is a good fighter, but Shakur's a better boxer. Shakur's a better boxer. And again, like I've been just saying about Tank giving away rounds. You can't give away 2 and 3 rounds to Shakur because you're not going to get them rounds back.
On another note, Mike Coppinger reported that discussions are currently in progress for a high-profile clash between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney. He characterized the potential bout as one of the most significant matchups in boxing today, with negotiations still moving forward.
Mike Coppinger, who apparently has some news updates for us. Let's get right into Cop's Corner. What's the latest on Shakur Stevenson, Mike?
Max, I am told that there are some preliminary discussions to match Shakur Stevenson against Devin Haney, which is what I think is one of the biggest fights you can make in American boxing, no question. 2 guys on the pound-for-pound list, Shakur number 3, Haney number 8. 2 great jabs, both have great defenses. I'm told the hang-up right now is the weight. Shakur Stevenson was vocal, right? With Ryan Garcia, he wanted it at 144 catch weight with a 10-pound rehydration clause. He was public about it. I'm told that's the same case here, and that is a sticking point. So we'll see if it gets made, but there are talks going.
Timothy Bradley Jr. believes Shakur Stevenson would likely edge out Devin Haney in what he expects to be a closely contested fight. He praised Stevenson's high-level competitiveness and even drew parallels between his mindset and that of Terrence Crawford, while clarifying that Stevenson has not yet reached Crawford's overall standard. With negotiations for the bout still being discussed, Bradley nonetheless favors Stevenson to come out on top in a narrow victory.
Weight is right. All right, then it's tight. I see some of y'all in the comment section saying, well,
Tim, he ain't. I thought he was Crawford. I said he competitive like Crawford. I ain't say he Crawford. Y'all crazy. He competitive like Crawford, but he ain't no damn Terrence Crawford. Yeah. No. But anyways, I mean, the fight they trying to negotiate and trying to get a fight. I guess that might have been the news that Bill wanted to announce. Hey, we gonna see. However, I'm letting y'all know right now, I got Shakur Stevenson. Yeah, I got Shakur all day. Yeah.
Timothy Bradley Jr. portrayed Shakur Stevenson as a boxer who maintains relentless tempo, using his rhythm to keep opponents reacting and making split-second choices. He acknowledged that Stevenson might encounter difficult moments in a bout, but still believes he would come out on top against fighters such as Devin Haney if they are not fully comfortable at the highest level of competition. Bradley also spoke highly of Stevenson's defensive ability, command of the ring, and overall technical mastery, ranking him among the very best in boxing right now.
Shakur is a pressure fighter. That's what Shakur is. He's a pressure boxer. Oh, he put that pressure on you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fast processor. Make you think. Constant. He gonna take it too. Hey, if Haney struggle with Lomachenko, ooh, he gonna struggle against Shakur Stevenson. He gonna struggle against Shakur Stevenson for sure. Damn, which camp is Rail going into? Rail, man, I don't know which camp Rail going into. A little trainer hold the hand mitts and stuff. He cold. Oh, he cold. Yeah, I like Rail. He was a fantastic boxer too. Man, in amateurs, damn, he was a fantastic boxer. Boy. Anyways, hey, I got Shakur. I told y'all he the best fighter in the world. Defensively, he better. Offensively, better. Y'all gonna see. Yeah. But who ducking who now?
Meanwhile, Greg Hockett claims that Shakur Stevenson is steering clear of a matchup with Devin Haney, largely because Haney mirrors several of his own biggest strengths. He highlights Haney's quickness, discipline, defensive ability, and fight intelligence, explaining that such a pairing would likely become a highly tactical 12-round contest. Hockett further suggests that Stevenson often leans away from opponents who can equal him in those core technical aspects.
He knows Dev has something for him, but he got something for Dev. It's a great fight. He know he could possibly lose to Dev. There's things that Dev understand about boxing that Shakur understand, and he wouldn't be able to just take full advantage of Devin Haney. You know what I mean? They both got an education. That's what I'm saying. This comes down to education. That's why Floyd and them used to yell, skills pay the bills. Skills pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? You got to really be in the gym working on your skills package. A lot of these dudes ain't working like they think they working. You know what I'm saying? They in the gym, they sweating. You know what I mean? They're working hard, but the information that's being transferred to them is bullshit information, and it's showing in the fights. But who am I?
Arms, you think of the 5-piece. Why everybody want to see Shakur and Devin when Keyshawn called him out?
All of those is great fights. I want to see them all. I don't give.
Bernie the Boxer assesses a possible clash between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney by highlighting Stevenson's established accomplishments. He references his success in different weight divisions, including recognition as a lineal champion and Ring magazine title holder, as evidence of consistent performance at the highest level. He also notes that Stevenson's ring experience and ability to adjust during fights would present serious stylistic difficulties for any fighter stepping in with him.
They talk, have some words, but Shakur Stevenson said, I want to put that same rehydration clause you put on Chris Eubank. Tell me, what did you get out of that moment in the ring?
Well, I heard on the press conference where I think it was his manager said that, that was a clown move, but I think Shakur invited that, I don't even know if I would have said all that about kind of being right then, but I think he really wants that fight. He really wants the money for the fight. He been saying that, and now he came through victorious. I think he really wants that money for that fight. He wants the money for the fight.
Bernie the Boxer also highlights Devin Haney as a fighter defined by strong discipline and high-level technical ability, with notable speed, accuracy, and ring control. He believes these qualities position Haney as a genuine danger even when facing elite competition. He further explains that a possible showdown with Shakur Stevenson would be a defining moment in both careers, with the potential to significantly influence how each fighter's legacy is ultimately viewed.
Legacy fights, accomplishments, because now Shakur is a 4-weight world champion. Devin is a 3-weight world champion. Devin was undisputed, but now Shakur is a 2-time lineal champion. So he's a 2-time Ring Magazine winner. 2-time unified champion. If you want to add the ring, as far as with the WBO, he was unified at 130. So he's a 2-time unified champion, 2-time lineal champion. Beat a guy like Teofimo Lopez, who rises to the occasion. Had a close fight with George Kambosos. You can make a claim that he was fighting out of frustration or out of emotion, and that was it. He was in his prime too, Josh Taylor seemed to be drained at 140. Not taking away from Devin, but he was already moving up to 47.
Mickey Bay also analyzes this potential matchup by examining how both fighters would handle in-ring pressure. He explains that Devin Haney's physical advantages, composure, and calm approach in high-stakes moments could allow him to adapt even if Shakur Stevenson comes out aggressively at the start. However, he also acknowledges that Stevenson's sharp footwork and mobility might cause issues early on, while raising doubts about whether those attributes alone would be sufficient to dictate the pace against an opponent who is physically stronger and consistently steady throughout the fight.
So it's like maybe something that Devin can definitely go out up there with ease, only need to deal with the size, but he's probably going to have the speed advantage because he's a smaller guy coming up. So, I mean, you tell me, do you feel like that's going to be harder than the Lomachenko fight?
No. I think Loma would probably be his hardest top 2 or 3 fights in his whole career. I could predict that even going to the end, to say if Devin fight 8, 9, 10 more years, that'd be one of his top 2 or 3 hardest fights because the age that he fought him. Loma was at his very peak. He was at his peak. He was older. He was right there at his top peak. And Devin was...
On the other side, Ryan Garcia is skeptical that a matchup between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney will ever materialize, suggesting it is more speculation than a real possibility. He expressed strong doubt about it happening, stating that neither fighter is likely to step in the ring with the other, even going as far as saying he would confidently bet against it taking place. At the same time, Garcia admitted he could be proven wrong if the fight eventually does get made, noting that he would acknowledge it if it happens. However, he still maintained that he doesn't believe either side truly has the intention to make it happen. Garcia also shifted focus to his own interest in facing Shakur Stevenson, describing that matchup as a major event in boxing. While acknowledging Stevenson's strong defensive skills, he believes his own speed and timing would be the deciding factors. He further added that sustained pressure has the ability to disrupt even the most well-structured fight strategies.
And this is a fight already, Devin Haney, which is longer, stronger, and faster than Shakur. So Shakur's better defensively, but he's never faced a guy as fast and with timing like myself.
Would you say that's probably the hardest fight for you right now?
No, it wouldn't be a hard fight. It would just be a thinking fight. And the thing is, you could think all you want. When punches are coming at you too quick, your brain can't react. I don't give a what you got going on. Your brain, you just get hit.
Even with that respect, Ryan Garcia took aim at Shakur Stevenson's style, describing him as overly cautious and not fully assertive inside the ring. He also claimed that Stevenson tends to steer away from the toughest matchups that would truly test him against elite-level competition.
Shakur, he said none of y'all want to look at him.
Oh my God, bro.
I'm just telling you what he told me. Right here on Say Cheese.
Oh my God.
He said Pitbull.
Say no, bro. You are stupid, bro. Everybody wants to see you, but you don't bring no money to the table. So why would anybody want to see you? You're not like that, bro. We watch all your fights. You run and you run and you run and you run. You almost lost to Edwin De Los Santos. You didn't even throw one punch. Timmy Bradley sucking your dick every time he gets a chance, bro. You are a bum, bro. You're Shakur Twitterson, bro. You're nothing, bro. You're just a guy that's boxing. Bro, he's not that good, bro. He's good, but he ain't great. He can't put up the... That's great. I respect it, but
Yeah.
I'm saying at the end of the day, bro, he's good, but he ain't great. Great could do offense and defense. You can't just do defense. Like Mayweather didn't just do defense, he did offense and defense. You only do defense and somehow you still win.
Shakur Stevenson pushed back against Ryan Garcia's criticism by challenging Garcia's overall skill set in the ring. He suggested that Garcia relies too much on his left hook, arguing that his effectiveness drops once that punch is taken away. Stevenson also added that without that key weapon, Garcia finds it difficult to maintain consistent threat levels throughout an entire fight.
Garcia.
Not beating me either.
Taller.
Not beating me either.
Faster.
Not beating me either.
More power. How would you beat Ryan Garcia?
I think he's very overrated.
Overrated?
If a guy loses to Rolly that way, the way that I saw him lose to Rolly, all Rolly did was take away his left hook. That means clearly that's all he got. He better sharpen up his weapons before he get in the ring with me.
That brings today's coverage to a close. Drop your opinions on these matchups in the comments, and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so you don't miss any of the latest boxing news and breakdowns.